Welcome back to another episode of Addicted to Gear. In today's video, we're going to be talking about noise caused by springs in most Strat style guitars. Now, if you're a Les Paul or a Telecaster player, then this won't apply to you because there is no springs in those style guitars. Now, in the opening segment of this video, at about the 40-second mark, at the tail end of the video where I'm playing this guitar, you will definitely hear some vibration or like weird harmonics happening when I strum the last chord and it fades out. That is noise caused by the springs in this guitar. And it could be quite annoying, especially if you want to get a clean recording like I did in that video. In today's video, I'm going to show you two different ways you can actually tackle this problem. All right, everybody, so welcome to my messy workbench here. I popped open the back cavity of my Strat here just to show you the mechanism that controls the tremolo. Now, usually back here, once you open the plastic cover, you'll see that there's a claw that's attached to the body of the guitar. You normally have a little wire here that is usually the ground wire. Then you have 3 or 4 springs. Here you see only 2 because I removed one for the sake of this explanation. And then here you have the block that is attached to the tremolo bridge, basically, and the springs attached to the claw and to that to give the tension required for the tremolo to work. Now, when you're experiencing some noise because of the springs, you will normally hear some kind of weird metallic overtones coming through when you're playing. And if that's happening, that is a relatively easy thing to solve. Today I'm going to show you 2 different ways to tackle this problem. Often people will resort to using some sort of dampening material like sponge that they'll slide underneath the springs or put between the strings so that you don't have as much vibration happening. But there's other ways we can tackle this problem. 2 of my favorite ways are as such. You will pull out one of the springs, then you will get some surgical tubing. Now, you can normally buy the surgical tubing in small rolls. That diameter surgical tubing is actually perfect to slide right into the spring like so. And that is enough to dampen most of the noise most of the time. Now, if that is not enough, you can go one step further. What you can do is you can get some shrink wrap tubing. You want to get something that's obviously large enough to fit over your spring. So you can slide it in and then just slide it over your spring like so, and then heat it up until it basically wraps around neatly. Now, you don't want it to be super tight. You know, it should still be able to slightly slide so that when you're stretching the spring, it has the ability to move a little bit. And that also will be able to dampen the noise coming from these springs. Now, you can also use a combination of this technique where you can use the outside shrink wrap and you can put the surgical tubing on the inside. And that will really, work both ways and take care of the entire situation. Some people also like to use Plasti-Dip, which is basically a liquid rubber. You can dip these springs in that liquid and it'll harden and it will give it like a solid rubber coating. Unfortunately though, when you expand the springs, that coating often breaks, so it's not ideal. I find this works a lot better and is a lot more clean. So that's it for the tip on how to tame noisy springs in your guitar. I hope you like this tip. Give me a thumbs up if you do. If you like this kind of content and you appreciate these kind of tips, give me a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and of course, share the news with your friends because we want to grow the channel and help more people enjoy their gear. That's it for now, guys. Stay tuned for more great videos right here on Addicted to Gear.